I'm being honest.
Nkun onest,
But that's how amazing and loving Jesus is.
ma naraw ukoll l-umanità l-mħabba kbira li Ġesu għandu.
Even after the beating he took and the torture and nailed on the cross,
Niftakru li wara li ġi flagellat u msallab laqas bis-seta jieħu nifs, allura biex jgħid kull kelma kellu jagħmel sforz kbir biex jgħid dik il-kelma.
he still wanted to make sure that his mother was taken care of.
U waħda mill-ftit kliem li qal kienet propjament li rrid jara l-ommu li kien hemm xi ħadd tiwsija.
So I'm going to be reading from John chapter 8 this morning.
Ġwanni kapitlu 8.
And John is the one that Jesus told him to take care of his mother.
Il-fatt niftakru li Ġwanni kien wieħed minn dawk li kien ma' Ġesu is-salib u lil Ġwanni qal biex joħseb l-ommu.
And John's gospel is very amazing. I hope you've read it.
L-Evanġelu ta' Ġwanni huwa verament ktib tal-aġeb, nittama li qrajtuh.
John was a fisherman from Galilee.
U niftakru li Ġwanni kien ukoll sajjiet mill-Galilija.
And it amazes me when I read this, what the Holy Spirit led him to write.
U verament nistaġeb kif dan is-sajjiet kiteb din il-kitba li ġiet sperata mill-Ispiritu Santu.
It's really incredible to read these words that the Holy Spirit spoke through him to put on paper for us.
Vera taraf li kien l-Ispiritu Santu li ġal dan Ġwanni sajjiet biex jikteb dan il-kliem tant profond.
I'm going to be reading from John chapter 8. I'm going to read verses 43 through 47. I'll give you a moment to find it. And in John chapter 8, Jesus is getting more opposition from what John calls them, the Jews.
Għawek naraw li Ġwanni qed jiddeskrivi meta l-oppożizzjoni kontra Ġesu bdiet tiħraġ.
And Jesus is revealing himself that he is the Messiah, that he is the Son of God.
U Ġesu qed jirrivela lilu nnifsu li huwa l-Messija li vien Alla.
And their reaction is not very good.
U ovvjament għawek naraw li r-reazzjoni tagħhom ma kienx ħafifa, kienet vera jibsa.
So I'm reading from John 8, I'm going to start in verse 43. He says, "Why do you not understand what I say? Is it because you cannot bear..." I left my Bible in Gozo and it has big print. So this one has small print. Yeah. Okay, so why do you not understand what I say? Is it because you cannot bear to hear my word? You are of your father, the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning. He does not stand in the truth. Well, that word's important there, truth. You see that in John's Gospel a lot, truth, over and over. Because there is no truth in him. He's talking about the devil here, Shaitan. So when he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. But because I tell you the truth, you do not believe me. Which one of you convicts me of sin? If I tell you the truth, why do you not believe me? Whoever is of God hears the words of God. And the reason why you do not hear, the reason that you do not hear them is that you are not of God.
Vers 43. Għaliex mintomx tifmu x'jiena ngħid? Għax intom tempi ma tifilħux għaliha. Intom ġejjin minn missierkom li hu x-Xitan u xewqat ta' missierkom tridu tagħmlu u dan kien qatt sa mill-bidu u qatt ma sam mal-verità x'il-verità ma tinsabx fih. Meta jikber ikun qiegħed jitkellem tal-jew għax dak biddiet u missier il-gideb. Imbagħad lili għax nifissekwa ma temmulix min minnkom jipprova li jien għandi xi ddub. Jekk jiena ngħid